Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Made with Love. My name is Heather, and today I'm going to redo this large pillar candle for Easter. I did this for Valentine's. I had the two hearts on here. I did peel one of the hearts off. I just want to see if I could. So it's easy to do. So I'm just going to peel. This is just that napkin I decoupaged on, which is Mod Podge. So I'm just going to peel this one off. This is such an easy way to update, your decor without spending really any money. I mean, a pack of napkins and a candle, a pack of napkins, and Mod Podge. So this is the big giant pillar candle I've got that I'm going to be working with. So I've got a few options. Of course, I can always do these Easter egg ones, which I could put a couple of these different Easter eggs on here. I think I could fit about 4 of these on here if I wanted to do like a mixture of these pretty napkins. Now, these ones I've had for quite a few years, and I'll show you like this. So I was kind of disappointed with, I like the shape of it, but I was disappointed because it's so hard to open to actually be able to use it as a napkin. So it's hard to open. Okay. Gotta find it, and then you open up your napkin, and then right in the center you've got this big hole. So it's not really like a usable napkin. It's really pretty. It looks really nice sitting on the table ready for Easter, but as a napkin to practically use, it's kind of pointless. And I have my other bag of napkins here, and I've got this one. This is the one I'm going to use, because it is quite a large, napkin when you pull it out. So it's got the duck and all the Easter eggs, and it actually does wrap around this candle like completely. Like it does overlap a little bit at the top, and it's the bottom. So that is what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to move a couple of things out of my way. I don't need that quite yet. So for this, I just need my Mod Podge and a paintbrush and my napkin. Now I just got to separate the layers here. This is a 3-ply. Sometimes they are easy to take apart, sometimes they're harder. So I've got 2 white layers, which I will save because I can do other things with the white layers. They're great for cleaning up messes in the craft room. I also use these as a base for some of the decoupage, or my kids do paper mache. Then this already, you've already got the napkins for that. So I'm just going to start by just move these napkins out of my way as well. Just got to clear off my table. I've got little bits of things from earlier. So I'm just going to, got my napkin laid out. Open my Mod Podge. And just get a good amount on here. I'm just going to do 1 strip straight down. And I'm just going to lay this down. I'm just going to center my napkin right here. Right like that. So I'm just going to add more glue and Mod Podge this napkin right on. It's just going to take a few minutes to do this, but it's really easy. Just get some more glue and just nice strip of glue. And pull the napkin over and just go very slowly. Just want to get the wrinkles out as much as possible. I'm just going to do this side. I'm just kind of going back and forth. I'm just going to get this to wrap around the whole thing. Now, I don't burn my candles, so I don't know about doing napkin or any type of paper decoupage on candles if you're going to burn them. I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't know. I just use candles for decoration, so I feel safe doing this. Because my candles will not be lit. They're just going to sit on the table. Now I can start to flip it around and I can do the last bit of this. So I want the duck to overlap the eggs. So I'm going to glue this side completely down now. I'm just going to put a little bit of Mod Podge on the outside of the napkin just to help hold this down. I will be putting Mod Podge completely on the outside of the napkin in a moment anyways, but I just want to get this edge down before I overlap with this edge. And now I'm just going to go over top of the whole outside of the candle with or side of the napkin with the Mod Podge, and I'm going in the same direction, so I'm going up and down, so that way any of my brush strokes will all be going the same direction. And it does, and it has kind of bubbled up in a few places. I've kind of got this textured look now, which I don't seem to mind, because sometimes I like the textured look, but that's what it looks like. So it kind of looks like, you know, like it's got some little bubbling here and there, and I'm doing this, and it's good enough for me. I mean, if you want to make it smoother, you know, spend more time smoothing it out. I just know that in about a month or so, this is going to be peeled off, and I'm going to have another napkin on top of this candle. So now that I've figured out this napkin decoupage works this good, and like I said, it's just the price of a candle and a little bit of the Mod Podge. Oh, I've got my candle. I have lots of napkins. I always have Mod Podge, or I guess glue, regular white school glue mixed with water would work too. It's been a while since I've made my own Mod Podge that way, but it does work. And I'm just going to press this in up here on the top. Like I said, I'm not burning my candle, so I'm actually going to get to the top. Don't think you can see what I'm doing, but so here at the top, I'm just pulling the napkin, folding it down on top of itself to cover up the top of the candle. Like I said, if you're burning your candle, I wouldn't recommend doing this. But I don't burn my candles, so I was gonna trim it off, but I'm like, maybe it looks interesting. It just sits up here, you know, to decorate the very top of the candle. On the top of the candle, oops, so just slid my finger, just pulled it. Oops. Okay, I'll let that dry, but I've just kind of, you know, pulled the napkin down. Oh, it's not going to want to stay now. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. That's okay. So I'm just going to let this dry. I can move this over. I'm just going to let this dry, and I'll place that on my thing in a few moments. I will wash my paintbrush in a few moments, but I'm going to go on to the second craft, which is what I really want to do, is a nice centerpiece. And so I have these little willow wreath or vine or grapevine wreaths, whatever these ones are called. Let's see, they measure about this one measures almost 6 inches, and this one measures about 5 inches. So there is a slight difference between the two. Now, I don't know how old these are. I got these secondhand. The price tag is not on them anymore, how much I paid. The original price tag is still on here, and it was from Lewis Craft, and so $1.49. So that would be, you know, quite a while ago. You could get these for $1.49. So use these, and I have a couple of these glass little tea light plates. So I'm going to use this as the base to make a cute little bird's nest. Put my camera back down so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see that this one is smaller and this one is a little bit bigger, but I had this okay. So I kind of like this. So now I've got my moss, and that's what I had moved out of the way. Oh, glass jars in my way. So I've got all this different types of moss, and moss is messy. So I've got one of these that like a sheet set had come in, or a small blanket had come in, and so I keep all my moss in one of these little bags. I'm just going to decide what kind of moss I want to use. Let's see. So I've got this one here is all reindeer moss. Oh, I got some raffia, so I think maybe I'll use raffia to fill in the center, because then it will be less messy. This is just other moss. It's just a mix of stuff, and then I have preserved moss. And yeah, this one here too is just a bag of moss that was, and the ones in the Ziploc bags were stuff I've gotten off of other crafts, where I've been reusing, and then I've just got some Excelsior grass as well. So I think this is all reindeer moss. I don't want to use reindeer moss. It's a little bit too messy for this craft. So I think I'm going to use a mix of these raffia and the Excelsior. Just so it's less messy sitting on my dining room table. So I'm going to start with a bit of raffia. And it's got moss mixed in it because, like I said, this stuff in Ziploc bags is stuff I've used on other crafts, and I like to be able to reuse my product. I mean, you don't have to keep going out and rebuying stuff, but I'm just going to press it under and in here, so now it looks like a really nice bird nest, like that. So you can see all I did was just kind of press it through so it looks like has the shape. Now with this being a tea light, it has like a little spot in the center for the tea light, so I can really press the moss and stuff into the little hole, that little space. Like this. Do the same thing with this one, just kind of press it and make it look like a nest. You know, I don't even think I'm going to use the Excelsior grass. I think I'm just going to keep it this way, keep it nice and simple. It really looks like a bird's nest. See these little pieces here that have fallen. I'm just going to sprinkle them inside so I don't lose any of my moss. Just kind of adds to it. Same with some of this stuff here. Just going to stick it in. And then I have this little pack of eggs. You get 15, and it was $1.75 at Dollarama. to open this up and decide what colors I think I want to put in here. Let's see how many of each color I get. So I think I've got 3 blue, 2 green, 2 purple, 3 pink, 3 yellow, and 2 white. I like the white and the yellow for sure. Let's see, put green and the green. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep them kind of the same because they're going to be sitting on my table on either side of my candle I just did. So I think that looks good. Like I said, these are just quick and easy crafts. If I can just get these eggs to fit in here so they're not falling out. I just got to press them in a little bit so they look like they're a little bit further in. I'm just going to leave it like that. And so now this is done. Wow, this is just going to be such an easy centerpiece display I'm making for my dining room table. I will show. I had this one more thing that I wanted to use. I had found these bunnies at Dollarama for $2, and I haven't opened them. They said they're the fillable candy holders. Now they look so much like real chocolate bunnies. I've been wanting to do something with these as soon as I saw them, because they look so real. Now I'm gonna say, I make chocolates. That is a perfect chocolate mold. So I'm gonna wash this really good and put this in the cupboard with my chocolate molds, because now I can make nice chocolate bunnies. Now of course it's just I won't be able to put them back to back because they're all just the one side, so I can just get a nice solid half a bunny. If I had the other packaging, like if these came double packaged, then I would be able to make an actual chocolate bunny, like a 3D chocolate bunny, but that's okay. So you pop them open and you look like this. They literally look like chocolate bunnies. They're fillable for candy, but I had an idea to do something with these. So now I'll be right back because I just didn't have enough space here for my other tray. Okay, so I have this nice little basket here. Probably, I think quite a few years ago. I think it came for Christmas. Probably had like the mixed nuts in it. This is not the tray I was looking for. I've got this tray. It's a wooden tray. I use it all the time. It's a little bit longer and quite a bit wider. But I've been moving things around my house again. I last saw that like about 2 weeks ago. I went down to the basement where I know it was, and everything in that room has been completely moved around. So I was looking and I found this little basket. So I'm going to use this basket instead. So I've got these little bunnies. They look like real chocolate. I've got leftover these eggs here. And I also have a pack of these eggs that I got. It's 36 glitter foam eggs. Dollarama for $1.50. And I actually have 2 packs of these little carrots. These are from Dollarama. They were $2, and you get a pack of 4. Just saw the other pack. It was just saw them. I think I may have knocked them off on the floor. And I've got these little florals here. I've got these purple ones and the yellow ones, and these are from Dollarama, so they were $1.75 each, and these are called a cabbage rose bush. And I also have some other florals here. These ones, if I can get some out. These ones, I think they're about $2, and you get this little bit of grassy stuff and the little eggs. So I'm not quite sure which ones I'm going to be using. And I also have a bit of the fern left from when I made the wreath yesterday. So I've got this fern bush, $1.75. So I got some of this just to give some more greenery in here to help, like everything pop and stand out a bit better. So I'm going to start with this Excelsior grass. This was from Dollar Tree, so it was probably $1.25. It's probably now $1.50, but they don't always carry this stuff. I'm just gonna open it up. See, and I like to do it in a way where I'm not wrecking it, so I can just, you know, when I'm done with this, I can just put it back in a bag and reuse it for other crafts. So I'm just spreading it just to get a nice green grassy area here. And I want to stick my 3 bunnies in. So I'm just kind of opening it up so then they can kind of sit flat and the grass is just kind of tucks in around them. I'll pull some of this grass more this way. Just getting caught all myself. There. I will move this, push this grass down and into the basket so you can see the little bunnies. They're just kind of peeking up through the grass here. Maybe I'll just move a little more of this grass behind the bunny so you can actually see the bunnies a little bit better. There, like that. So you get the little bunnies peeking out of the grass. Let's see, I've got these little eggs here, so I'm just gonna stick these eggs all around here. I do want the eggs to kind of stick in the grass. I don't want them to pop out. Let's see. I'll move this here. Like that. And then I've got these little eggs. Just gonna sprinkle them on top. Oops, that's not an egg shape. It's a funny little thing. I'm just gonna sprinkle these ones in on top. Just kind of press them down and around. Sometimes if you think about it, then you're gonna look at the colors, but if you just dump them wherever they land and just leave them, and then just kind of move them. If you've got too many eggs clustered in one spot, you can see where a few eggs can go somewhere else. Like that. I'm really liking the way it's looking, and I'm looking from the back. So now I've got these carrots, so I'm just going to see. I think the other pack was just right there, because I do need it. Let's see. I'm just going to pause for a second and look for it. Yes, I did. I found them. They were just kind of went under some stuff. And these carrots I'm going to put to the back. One here, oops, and one here. This little egg here doesn't want to stay down, but now I guess it will. Oh, no, it looks like that. Got these little bunnies and eggs and carrots. Looks like they, you know, the bunnies are in the little garden. So I'm just going to put this on my dining room table, and I will show you what my table looks like all ready for Easter. Alright, so I've got a little bunnies and carrots there, the little bird nest there, and the little bird nest there. And then there's the pillar candle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace out these candles that I had covered for Valentine's Day with the hearts. I'm just going to put in these rose gold color candles on either side here. And then I'm going to take out the Valentine napkins and I'm going to put in the Easter egg one. So I'm taking out the Valentine napkins and I'm going to put in the Easter napkins on my little napkin holder here. Pause for a second. Hard to do this with just one hand. All right, so they got the little Easter egg shaped napkins in the napkin holder. I'll turn it that way. It looks a little bit better. So there we go. And quick, easy, change up going from Valentine's to Easter. I just simply changing up my candles. Now I was gonna actually recover these white ones. I was gonna peel this off too and redo it, but I didn't have any napkins that had the smaller print, because if I went to wrap, I tested to wrap any of this around, it wouldn't work. And I'd have to cut the napkins, and I just didn't want to get into that much work just for such a small little display that's not going to last very long. I mean, today is Thursday, so Easter is Sunday. So for just a few days, or like less than 2 weeks, I just felt, oh, the rose gold candles were good enough. So there we go, quick and easy setting up my centerpieces for my dining room table for Easter. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed to my channels and watching my videos, and I will see you all in my next videos. Bye.